Welcome to Ty Walks the Talk. Have you ever felt like smacking a bully as an adult? And be honest, today's topic is gonna pack a smack. But first, let's gear up for today's 1 mile walk. First things first, we're gonna be using a waist trimmer today. And don't forget to suck in your core. Next is our handy dandy booty band, just to add a little bit of resistance. Next, we'll be using a 20-pound dumbbell, just to put in our lovely backpack. Now that our gear is on, I'm at a 3.2, and I hope you are as well. All right, well, my name is Ty, also known as Tyra. Have you ever had like shoulder pain that just came out of nowhere? Comment down below on your experience with that. Now that the pleasantries are done, let's get into this video.
You can't say. You can't say that one to my son, okay?
Okay, bye-bye.
Now, I want to confirm, you did like and subscribe, right? I know you did. All right, but you know what? I gotta see that again. Let's just break this video down a little bit.
You can't say. You can't say that one to my son, okay?
All right, based on what I just seen, he told her, hey, my son can play here, and you cannot say that to my son. And he even said it like 2 more times. And to me, that is setting up some sort of boundary with the kid and letting them know, like, you don't have the right to tell my child where they can play and where they cannot.
Okay, bye-bye.
Now that we just seen that second part, now she says, okay, bye-bye, right? Very sarcastically, of course, like most children do. And literally, she takes out the time to bend down towards the little boy and say something. You know what? Let's get this, let's see what happens next. Now we just seen that, right? We just seen that. Before she can even say like the second word, she was just literally backhand or front hand smacked, okay? Until like next week. That was a very powerful smack that I believe got the message across. Do not talk to my child that way. Now she clearly had some sort of sense, because instead of like trying to attack him, she literally just screamed immediately, call the cops, call the cops. Because technically, she already know that, hey, I don't have the type of strength that this grown man may have. So let me bring in some reinforcements. As a kid, you are far more fearless than you are as an adult. But that was the right thing to do, which was call the cops instead of this young girl trying to attack this grown man. Now, if you notice, the man who was with him really tried to stop him because he knew he messed up. He literally goes in and try to grab him, right? But it makes me wonder, was she only talking crap to the little boy, or was there some sort of physical altercation between her and that little boy? He never said, don't touch my son. He only said, don't say that. So it sounds like it was pure like verbal altercations going on between these two people. Now, you know what? It do remind me of that Chris Rock and Will Smith smack. The only difference is that the slappee was a grown man. Also, if this grown man cannot take disrespect from a little girl, I can't imagine how he communicates with a grown woman who decides to be, let's just say, a little snarky. Now, let's look at some of the reactions behind this.
Now, to the man that smacked that little girl for bullying his child, well done. Listen, I'm a father of single father of 2 girls, and if a grown man hit my child, you gonna meet your maker. But at the same fucking time, he is sitting there trying to defend his child, telling you to stop bullying his child, and you didn't proceed to bully him in front of him. The ultimate disrespect, my hand would not allow me not to smack the shit out of her.
Did y'all see the father that slapped the bully that's been bullying his son? This is his son, and he doesn't look a day over 7 years old. And look at this bully. She's at least 13 years old. So he's trying to be civil, and he goes to her and confronts her and tells her, my son's been saying that you've been bullying him. I need you to stop. And she just basically, complete disrespect, says to him, okay, bye. And then bends down to his son and bullies again in front of him. Well, that's when he just let her have it across her face. Did y'all see
that video of the dad hitting that girl in the face? Basically, so there's this dad, he has a son, and there's a girl who's been bullying her son. I don't know the full story, but she definitely looks older than the little boy. I heard about this video. All I heard was that a man hit a young girl in the face. So automatically I was like, what? My first thought was judgment. Like, even if someone's bullying your child, like, a grown man should not be hitting a girl in the face. And then I saw the video. I think I would have hit her too. I was being sexist. I was thinking because he's a man, like, because he's a man, he shouldn't have done it. But, like, the way, I get that she's a child, I get it. But how smug she looked, and, like, when she crouched down, leaned into that boy.
If any of this has happened to you, I'm going to show you how you can get help.
A little bit older than the girl, from what I can see, could actually see that what the girl has done is wrong. You know is wrong. If people of her age, almost her age range, could say what she did is wrong, you know the girl crossed the line. So there's some line you don't cross. Let's hope she's learned something from this. And again, I will say again, I do not support anyone laying their hands on a minor or anybody. No, violence does not resolve any issue, but in the defense of the man protecting his child's mental health and not wanting to lose his child over bully, whatever he did is done, whatever is done again, I do not, again, support what is done. In his defense, again, he has to do it.
No, but it's not funny. At the end of the day, is it? It's serious. We could...
All right, get out with me. There's a video going around. You can find it on YouTube. It's this father that slapped this little girl because she was bullying his son in front of him. Now, you can find the video on YouTube, like I said, if I didn't say that already. So don't be asking about links and all that shit. But anyway, I guess he went to confront her at the school bus or whatever, the playground, whatever the case was in the video. He went to confront the girl. She's probably like 3, 4 years, 5 years older than him. And you can clearly tell she's way bigger than him. But, you know, this is a little boy. And it's a girl bullying him. And in the video, the dad asks, you know, stop bullying my son. And then the girl looks and says some shit. And then she commences to bully the little boy in front of Pops. So Pops hit her with the "you going to jail now" uppercut slap. And from what I'm hearing, everybody on the internet is taking the father's side. Now, one thing I'm going to say, as far as me having 5 daughters, right? I don't give a fuck if my kids are bullying somebody else, a younger kid. I'll deal with that, right? But I'll be damned if you put your hands on my daughter, my young child, as a man, a grown-ass man. It's not going to work in your favor after the fact, because them hands that you put on my daughter, you ain't going to have those no more.
Has anybody seen the video that's going around social media? Young child goes to the park, gets bullied by group of teenage girls, right? So this child goes home to dad, says, I'm getting bullied down the park by these teenage girls, they're being really horrible and mean to me and upsetting me and making me cry and potentially hurting me and pushing me around or whatever, right? So what dad does is he goes to the park, has a bit of a to-do with these teenage girls, getting all mouthy, all leery, because they know that they're going to, you know, they can get away with what they want without any repercussions. Dad slaps this girl, 12, 13-year-old, slaps her around the face. So he's sticking up for his kid, tries to teach this girl some manners, respect, discipline, that traditionally these children aren't being taught in today's society. Who's in the wrong, the bully or the dad? Has the dad done the right thing by sticking up for his child and slapping this girl? Because I've seen the video and she was being a proper prick, to be fair. What are your thoughts? Do you stick up for your kids? Do you let these idiots go away with whatever they're doing? If you rung the police and said this child's being abusive and nasty and mean to my little kid, would the police do anything? Do you take it on yourself to do the policing yourself and teach this kid a lesson? I don't know, I'm very torn about it.
Yeah. You know what? Hell yeah. 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 You know what? Hell yeah.
Jamie that stay here in my house.
No, your son Jamie.
I don't have a son, Jamie. This is my daughter, Jamie.
Wait. Hey. Is this Jamie? What? You didn't tell me you didn't tell me you was being bullied by a girl. Hey. Oh, it's funny? It's funny? You better talk to your daughter.
Jamie.
Hey.
Jamie, have you been bullying him in school? Why? Now, why would you do that? Mommy teach you not to be a bully, right?
Dad that confronted his son's bully, holy shit, my eyebrows were on the damn ceiling when he fucking, oh my god, diabolical.
As a mom to a little girl who's quite different from the rest of her classroom, I'm on the edge with this one. On one hand, I grew up with the whole saying, sticks and stones break my bones, but words can never hurt me. But I tell my daughter, words are just as hurtful as physical things. They just hurt your brain for a long time. So when that dad decided to that little girl because she refused to back down from her bullying, I was both and this also falls into play of what I tell my kid when it comes to herself at school. Someone bothers her, you let them know and you tell the teacher. They get a second warning, third time, it's fair game. Let me know what you tell your kid down below. Like, I know we're trying to raise our kids like violence is not the answer, but is it? Depending.
This father uppercutting his son's bully, who was a girl by the way, is all over my For You page, and let me just say, if you don't raise your kids right, the world will. First off, everyone saying that he uppercutted him have never seen an uppercut before, because that was just like a smack / a backhand. I couldn't see because it got censored, but I knew for a fact it wasn't an uppercut. Before you start popping off, I recommend watching the video and you will see his son is like 5 or 6 and the person bullying him, she's like 12, 11 maybe, but I think she looks like 12 or 13. I was in his son's position before, except the guy who was bullying me was a dude and he was a lot older than me too, and he threatened to beat me up every single day until my brother took action and beat him up. Whole different story. But going back to the main topic, a lot of people are like, oh, 2 wrongs don't make a right, that man should have never put his hands on another person, especially a kid, blah blah blah. I'm not saying what he did was right, but do I agree with him or like understand his reasoning? 100%. You bully my kid, you're causing them mental, psychological problems for the rest of their life, and then you're gonna disrespect me in front of my kid? You may or may not got smacked. Would I smack the bully? Probably not. Would I have a conversation with their parents? And if their parents laughed in my face, then I'm fighting the parents. I don't care. Also, my dad has 10 siblings. I'm gonna pull up the whole clan and jump their family. Now in America, I'm gonna be for real, I might think twice, because America, you could smack or punch someone and it's like instant assault and that's a whole case. But this video looked like it was taken overseas, so it looked like it was an Arab country, and I grew up in Dubai. Let me tell you, the laws there are completely different. A little smack is not gonna be considered assault over there. Now if you see the video, he was talking to the girl respectfully and he said, "I don't want you bullying my son anymore," and she just rolled her eyes and she says, "Okay, Baba," and then she got face to face with her son, and you could tell she was about to say something or do something, and that's when the dad smacked the shit out of her. Let me tell y'all, overseas, people have got smacked for a lot less than doing that. That is straight up disrespect to your elders, and especially in Arab countries, like, that does not fly. It doesn't matter if they're related to you or not, you do not disrespect your elders. The kid probably went crying to his dad, and he probably held it in for a long time, and then told his dad, like, this kid is bullying me, and he was probably in shambles. As a father, how does it feel that you're trying to protect your child, and the bully does not care and tries to threaten your kid in front of you? Like, I'm not saying what he did was right by smacking her, but she gonna learn today.
Well, we do have an idea on the way some people just felt about this situation. Now, let me be clear. I'm not saying that the little girl was right, because honestly, I really don't know what was done to that little boy in the process. However, anyone who has experienced any sort of bullying would appreciate their parent coming to their rescue and defending them, okay? Because far too often do parents actually ignore their children. Now, I wholeheartedly believe that parents should teach their children that bullying is totally unacceptable. And I hope that every bully, boy or girl, literally kind of remembers that the person that they are bullying might just have someone who cares about them and is willing to take some real action. Now, for the adults who lack emotional intelligence, just keep in mind, some kids they're the trolls and will push your buttons hard enough to where you forget that you're the adult. But, if you choose to assault a little kid or a child, that little brief moment of, satisfaction with finally getting them to shut up, it will come at a cost. Let's just keep in mind, you'll be potentially facing some sort of legal actions or some sort of fines, maybe, or even the retaliation of that child's family. Yet in that moment, who cares about that, right? Now, from my observation, this man's ego was totally bruised, okay? And unfortunately, in the eyes of the law, he was in the wrong. Well, we can say one thing about it is that I'm sure that smack taught her not to bully not one more kid. Keep your negative words and or hands to yourself. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. We actually walked a mile, and I hope you enjoyed this. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. But, let's take a look at the results from February just to see how we're doing with this walking challenge.
Ooh, would you look at that? I made it to my 2 miles per day. Now I just got to keep up with my nutrition. Make sure you come back tomorrow.